What up, YouTube? Agent Persuasion here, and I'm here with my boy Slim.
No, we are here.
Today, we're here with Top 64 Duelists, my friend Miles Valentino.
What's up, Johnny? What's up, Sam?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, and you were playing what deck, my friend, in this top club?
I was playing RIKKA SUNAVALON, but I was playing a 60 card version.
Whoa.
So a big brick version of the full combo vanilla seed.
A lot of cards.
A lot of cards.
A lot of cards, and you got this new top cut mat.
Got the.
I think it's pretty sick. I like Italy.
Wish I could have made it a little further, but you know, I'll take the mat and I'll take the, I'll take the top cut.
Take the
You know,
credentials.
I'll take the credentials. So yeah.
Absolutely. All right, man. Let's go and jump into this big deck profile. I haven't done 60 cards for a while.
Absolutely.
Let's see it, baby.
Not
Let's
since
see
grass.
the glue.
Not since grass.
Here we go.
The most powerful vanilla in the game.
No garnet
Most
is.
powerful vanilla in the game. Not a garnet. Math mech circular.
Yeah,
So
cool.
he does everything. You normal summon it and get a +6, so kind of crazy. Yeah, really good card. And then I played triple Lone Fire. Lone Fire, you have to play 3 of this in the deck because it's also Loci, but it's also the best small world bridge in the deck, so it gets you to everything else in the deck. So you can bridge him basically into whatever you need to get. So Lone Fire's really good. He's also part of the combo. You can also mill him off Dance Peony. So when you're playing 60, I want to increase the odds when I have to like get it twisted, when I have to gamble, that I hit this card. So you got to play 3. And then 3 Liliboria. This might be low-key like one of the best cards in the deck because it's an extender that is also pretty big, that gets you to a negate, and then it's level 8, so you can make Dance the Queen with it, the RIKKA Queen with it. Also, in my build, I play Painful Decision. You'll see that in a little bit. So you can dump a plant right away, summon Liliboria, send herself, grab this Colosseum, and then do Nib and Regulus in like 3 summons.
Jeez.
So you can insulate yourself from Ash and Nib and all that. So there's a card that searches this that I might consider playing called Rose Paladin, just because opening Liliboria is that good. It really is that good. So Liliboria is really good. And then 3 Princess. In decks that aren't 60, you could justify playing 2, but in 60 you have to play 3 of this. Opening it's really good because it helps you insulate your combo from Ash and Nib. And then it's also just a really strong extender, so you want to open this card like 9% of the time. So 3 Princess, and then 2 Petal. This was a card that I debated about. At certain times I had it at 1, at other times I had it at 3. Settled on 2. You get it in your regular combo, so opening it like isn't that great. But if you have Unexpected Die and Petal together, you can go Nib Proof and Ash Proof again. So the whole point of the deck is to just do your whole combo and insulate it from like the best hand traps, and then win the game. So your inboard is nearly unbreakable. So yeah. And then 2 Mudon. I considered 3. Most of my builds I played that were 60 had 3 of it, but wound up on 2. I think I cut it for non-engine. So. And then the only hand traps I played were 3 Ash. 3 Ash and 3 Droll. 1 very high impact card, which I really only like hand traps that are high impact. If you play against Dragon Link, you want Droll. If you play against like a random Flu player, you want Droll. Any deck that adds more than once, you want Droll. So yeah, Droll is really high impact. Very unfair card. I actually don't think this should probably be legal, but yeah, 3 Droll. And then Ash is a concession to Labyrinth. It's generally good in its own. You can hit like Theosis with it and stuff like that. So it's generally the strongest hand trap across the board, but you really want it for Lab. Like Lab is one of your worst matchups, and I just wound up losing to Lab in top 64. So, but you want Ash for Lab. Yeah, so just generally good. And then the 1 Regulus for the Therion stuff. And then for searchable small world stuff, I played Gamma Seal, Dino Rester Pinkertops, and Kurikara. These all came up at least once or twice today. So sometimes Gamma Seal is the best board breaker, other times Pink is the best board breaker, other times Kurikara is the best board breaker. So you want actually all of these. And Gamma Seal is a great small world bridge too. So yeah, all these cards are really crazy. Kurikara was nuts. Like because I play Small World, this Small World by itself cracks the Kashtira board. Because you go, Small World, that triggers a Rise Heart, you add this thing, and then they've already activated Shangri-La, so you're adding a Rise Heart and Shangri-La on one card, so really, really nice, so really crazy. And then just the engine requirements. One of the reasons why I like playing 60 is because you don't draw these cards so much. Like, I don't want to draw these, I don't want to draw this Colosseum, I don't want to draw multiples of Seed, so I'm hiding a lot of my bricks, and my hands are more diversified, so 60 in this deck I think is justifiable, actually, so. It's one of the few decks I think that can get away with it, oddly enough. I would not play 60 in anything else. Yeah. Then Salty 1-0s. We got a Duster. We got a Terraforming. It's a thrust target, so is this obviously. But I probably shouldn't have played this. It didn't really come up. The fields by play is really crazy, but when you're playing thrust, 99% of the time you want to go for something really high impact like Talents or Dark Ruler. So I probably won't play Terraforming again. Then Call by the Grave. I only drew it once, so don't worry. I didn't sack it all day. I only drew it one time, and it did win me the game. I will say that. But I only drew one time. So.
Hit Ash?
Huh?
Hit Ash?
Hit Ash.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah,
Hit Ash. Hit Ash.
Okay,
So
Ash on the unexpected die problem.
deserved. Deserved.
Deserved.
And then the other card you don't want to draw. So hiding this in the deck is really nice. And then 2 Painful Decision. It's just another copy of Lokai that makes your Lily Borea way, way, way better. So Painful Decision is really good. And then 2 of this. I wasn't actually a believer in 2, but the follow-up copy came up a lot today. So you wind up going to grind games quite a bit, and you want that second copy. So you can side out the second copy going second a lot. So I did do that. Then Double Con. This card is like a custom card that they made for RIKKA. Custom card. It's a custom card. Yeah, it's a custom card. It lets you tribute your opponent's monsters for your stuff, which is like really nuts. And it also sets like a +1, and then sets a really broken trap just for free. So I got trolled a few times, and it was really funny because one of the reasons why I like this deck a lot is because I've been a Drytron player for like last 2 years, and Drytron gets cooked by D-Shifter and Droll. This deck's okay into those cards, like those really, really high impact hand traps. This deck like cares about them sometimes, it's hand dependent, but a lot of times it doesn't matter. Like I got shiftered 5 times in Swiss, and I won 4 of the games where I got shiftered. So, I mean, that's pretty good, I think. I played a lot of Kashtira. And then 2 Thrust. In hindsight, I would play 3. This was a deck building error because 3, everyone's acting on monster effects this format. 3 would have helped me in my Labyrinth matchup. 3 would have helped me in a number of situations. I think in the future I will play 3. It bridges the whole deck really nicely, so I don't remember exactly my logic on 2, but this was incorrect. I think in the future I would play 3. So. And then 3 die, that's obvious. 3 of the out your opponent's monster and search 2 of your own cards, so yeah, they're really good. And then 3 Small World. This card is insane in this deck. This is the best Small World deck. Gets you to board breakers or your starters. Everything bridges everything, so yeah. Learn how this card works. It's actually not that hard. I resisted learning how it worked for a long time because I'm like, I don't want to read. But read this card, yeah.
Top 64 result.
I read and I topped. It's crazy.
See, wow.
Yep, and then 3 of that. It's like my favorite card. 3 broken effects, all banned effects, like
3 Starlights.
3 Starlights, yeah.
I seen it.
It's not highest rarity, it's 60 cards, okay? So I couldn't high rare everything out this time, so maybe in the future, but.
Still very nice.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I love Talents. It's like my favorite card they printed in a long time. Maybe next to Droplet, but you can't play Droplet this format, so. Yeah. Speaking of Droplet, you got like the next best thing, which is Dark Ruler. I think it's actually a mandatory card to play right now, so yeah, you have to play this. And then more board breakers because it's 60, so this. And then the 1 sheet. This card's really crazy, especially in RIKKA, I think, because you kind of thrive on like a nice simplified game state. Like you are a build-a-board deck, but if you get hand trapped a lot of times and you can't build your full combo and you just get to kind of like a half combo, those simplified game states are good for you because you tribute off your opponent's monsters, and then it puts them so far behind in terms of card advantage. And so evenly like accomplishes that really well. So like there were lots of games where like evenly pedal would win, you know, like evenly pedal and then just do it like a basic combo. So 3 evenly was really crazy. Yep. And then do you want extra or side?
You can do whatever first.
Okay, we'll do extra then. So extra, played 1 Queen. She's awesome, really, really good. 1 Hyperatron. One negative part about 60 is in the 40 to 45 card builds that most people play, you usually get a spell trap. You usually get a spell negate under Hyperatron. But in my build, it's really hard to get that extra spell negate. So 90% of the time, I'm ending on just a monster negate on Hyperatron. So that was one bad thing because you have to basically open one of the parts of the engine that you're missing. One of the spells that you would have searched, you want to open one so you can put the spell under Hyperatron. But it was really hard for me to put the spell under Hyperatron. So that is one negative about the 60. Double Strina. Wish I could play 3, but you can't play 3. It actually like randomly would come up every once in a while. And then Bengal Lancer, Melius. Everyone plays the same extra deck in this deck. 2 Jasmine. This card is ban worthy. This card is nuts. Yeah, nuts. What is it? Halka Fibrax for plants. Yeah. Dance Peony. Look, we were getting it twisted all day. We were gambling all day, okay?
Still wins for days.
Yeah, we were gambling, okay. She's really cool, actually. You hit Lone Fire sometimes, and you just, like I said, you're there.
Win the duel.
And then I actually made this way more like in testing. I never did the OTK, and then today I did the OTK like 4 times. I was like, all right, cool. Thank you, Thrasher.
It was clutch.
Yeah, it was clutch. And then 2 healer for the combo, and then 3 of the tree. Yep, there you go. That's like everyone's extra deck. It doesn't change. And then, let's see. Let's do monsters first. So we did Bell. Once again, this is a concession to Labyrinth. The Sobbing Big Welcome is like the key to that matchup, I think. But the furniture is hard to keep up with. So if I don't get to my full board, Lab probably beats me. But you can insulate part of it and maybe play and win some games where you open like Bell Ash or like other side deck cards, and then, or evenly, or Duster or something. So it was good. It's a concession to Lab. And then I played these 2 cards, Search Out the Floodgates, and then the card that destroys Runic.
Yeah,
can't do nothing with Rose Whip. So usually in on just Regulus and Rose Whip, and then they just cannot play. So they're really crazy. This did not come up today, but you have to side it. So that hits Birth and stuff. And then 3 of that and 2 of that, just because, once again, like in 60, I think because I'm doing evenly and Duster and Thrust, to get to those cards, like post sighting, your ratios have to work properly, and you have to sight at least 5 more back row removal cards, because you don't want to lose the anti-spell, and you don't want to lose the set 5 pass, or like goes in and all the floodgatey type stuff. So in order to make the ratios work, I had to sight at least 5 more spell and trap removal cards. Yep, and then I sighted Dust Shoot. Yep, it was really good today. I think that the problem with cards like these is like if you put them in the hands of a good player, and I'm not trying to like, you know, be like that, but if you put them in the hands of a good player, like hand knowledge is everything. It's just like hand knowledge is really broken to have, and you should never lose a game where you get to see your opponent's hand. So yeah, Water Art's nuts. That's another reason why I probably should have done 3 thrusts. And then I played 2 Judgment. Just to insulate the combo. I would have liked to do 3, but I think all the side deck cards I played, I had to play, and so I don't actually know where I would find room for the 3rd copy, but a 3rd copy mathematically would make sense in 60, so. Yep. Shout outs to all the players from Houston, my teammates on Team Fafnir, Austin Taylor, Bryce Sharp, Corey Nance, Vitalia Villarreal, Colby Bloomstrom, another really good Houston player. Everyone from my locals at Game Guys, all the people who play at Scrub Tier Gaming in Houston. I've got a lot of shout outs, but I don't want to drag this on. So
okay, this is your profile.
I know. I'm very humbled by this, because the last 2, I've only been to 3 Nats. The last 2 I bubbled, and there are a lot of people behind me. My parents, my girlfriend was really supportive and awesome, and so I'd like to sit here and have an ego trip, but there were way more people behind this than me, and so I'm very thankful and very grateful for this experience. I know it's only top 64. I wish I could have gone, you know, deeper in the tournament, but I have to like be happy with this result, you know, and it means a lot to me and a lot of other people too. So I'm very excited to have this top. Yeah.
Proud of you, Miles.
Thank you, Johnny. Thanks, Slim.
Appreciate it, man. And
putting in the work.
You're very humble. You're amazing at this game.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
learning from you now, because I'm an old man, you know. So I'll just keep watching you do all this awesome accomplishments, and we appreciate the thanks.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Congrats.